สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ Very good morning to you on the morning after the general elections. My name is Pachari Raksawong.
And my name is Ron Amrichaka, and so it's a new day, it's a new dawn, it's a new life for the Kingdom of Thailand, and it is all about the elections this morning. We
indeed.
have the unofficial latest result for you, and we also have the details on who won what by how many and so on and so forth.
We also have the reactions from the big players, predictions on what the new Pheu Thai-led cabinet might look like, and another big question, will Thailand really see the first female prime minister?
Yes, the parliament will still have to vote on that, all the stories plus the... No, we don't have a cartoon today.
We don't.
It's all serious this morning.
It is.
Well, all the stories after the break.
Welcome back.
You are excited this morning, aren't you?
I so am.
You are so excited. Welcome back to Morning Focus. First thing is we're going to talk about the unofficial election results, but we're having a bit problem with the graphic, so we're just going to say something.
Doesn't matter.
Say something.
Say something. Well, you know, Kunwar and I, as earlier, we did say that you either wake up feeling very, very happy or you just wake up feeling very disappointed. How did you wake up?
And it's a joyous morning because no matter who wins, the people of Thailand has come out, the people of Thailand has spoken.
They
we
have
came
spoken.
out in strong number, in fact. And we have spoken, and that's a good thing because democracy must move ahead. Doesn't matter who you like personally or not. It doesn't matter because we're talking about the country as the whole. Now, of course, the unofficial result, Pheu Thai party have garnered about 264 seats as opposed to the Democrats only 160 seats. Now, the Democrats performed quite disappointingly because they were projected earlier that minimum the Democrats might get 180. That was the minimum projection.
That's right.
It turned out that they fall about 20 seats short of their minimum projection. Pheu Thai party, on the other hand, absolutely have the absolute majority in the parliament right now. And of course, they will also be looking to form coalition partners with other parties. They have already talked to Chart Thai Patana Party, they have already talked to Palang Chon Party, and they will talk to other parties. However, Kun Yingluck Shinawat have said that absolutely there will be no partnership with Phum Chai Thai.
So that's for sure. They're labeled as traitors.
Well, by them.
Right. But now, just to make it clear, though, that Pheu Thai, they can actually form a government on their own. They have enough seats, but they're not going to do that because it's going to be stronger for them to pull in the medium-sized parties and the smaller-sized parties to ensure that the Democrats are forced to sort of hide in their little corner now.
Just to push the Democrats and the Phum Chai Thai party into a corner, so that's the plan, and it's a wise plan, actually. It's real politics, so that's what's going on now. Moving on, let's take a look at the numbers. We're just going to go through the numbers a little bit. Oh, no vote. Interestingly, despite the campaign by the PAD and all the talk about the fear of the no vote movement, actually it turned out only about 4% of the ballots turned out to be no vote, which is considered quite low, in fact, especially compared to the last election.
Correct. In 2007, the number of no votes was higher than this time round.
However, the number of damaged ballots is startling high. It's about nearly 2 million for the constituency ballot papers and
1.7 million almost
for the party list. So that's a total of over 3 million damaged ballots.
So damage, that means they didn't mark the correct boxes or they weren't very clear on how to cast their votes, etc., etc.
It's not literally damage, it's just people mark the wrong box, mark the wrong mark, so on and so forth. So we still have a lot of work to do on educating people how to vote correctly.
No, but some were done on purpose. Some just put a big X on the whole ballot sheet itself. So some were actually on purpose, Kunwar and
I know some people who wrote heart-shaped sign on the ballot.
Well, there you go. Those would be counted as a wasted.
People, that's why.
All right.
Now, moving on, let's look at each region individually. Pheu Thai party performed very strongly in the central region, winning almost as many seats as its rivals combined. Now, Pheu Thai in the central region won 41 seats compared to 24 of the Democrats, 13 of Phum Chai Thai, 10 for Chart Thai Patana, and 6 for Palang Chon.
Now, what is also very interesting here, Kunwaranai, is that exit polls came out and said that the Democrats weren't going to do so well in Bangkok, but that was all wrong. So exit polls weren't very correct for Bangkok.
Just for Bangkok.
Just
but
for
for overall,
Bangkok.
they were quite on the money.
Right. Okay, so just a bit more information here. Democrat Party won with a clear majority in its stronghold Bangkok with 23 out of 33 seats, while Pheu Thai won 10 seats. So 4 years ago, let's do a bit of a comparison here. Democrats won 27 of 36. Pheu Thai, formerly known as the People Power Party back then, won only 9 seats. Now, Bangkok today has 33 seats, back then 36. Why the change? Well, the MP seats in Bangkok, that's dropped under the new electoral system.
Right, now moving up to the north, as to no surprises, in the North, Pheu Thai Party won 49 seats and the Democrats only 14, and 6 other seats were shared by Phum Chai Thai Party, Chart Thai Patana Party, and Chart Patana Pheu Pendin.
Over to the northeast, do the honors, Kun Warnai.
Okay, I shall try to do that honor. Pheu Thai Party has kept its grip on the northeast, winning a total of 104 seats. The 25 remaining seats went to Phum Chai Thai Party with 13. Chart Patana Pheu Pendin got 4 seats. The Democrats got 4 seats, and Chart Thai Patana got 1 seat.
And of course, down to the south, Pheu Thai did not win a single seat in that region. Democrat Party's dominance over the south remains unchallenged. But at first, they thought they were going to win every single seat contested there. But it turns out that out of the 50, they won 52. 1 seat went to Phum Chai Thai, and another seat went to Chart Thai Patana. And now let's talk about the formation of a coalition government here. Like I said earlier, they can do it on their own without other parties, but they're going to come on stronger with the coalition. Pheu Thai has begun negotiating already with other partners to form that government, and party sources said that with a projected win of less than 300 seats, Pheu Thai will need the cooperation of at least 3 other parties to ensure government stability. They've already discussed, this is quite confirmed here, with Chart Thai Patana and also Palang Chon Party, Chart Patana Pheu Pendin. They've actually been approached too, I believe. And yes, and then also now what we are going to look into is who's going to take which ministry. Phone calls are ringing off the hook.
You are very excited this morning, Kun Pachari. Now moving on to more details.
In this case, I'd like to say they don't pick candidates to take up the ministry based on their experience, their knowledge or their skills, do they, Kun Warnai?
Oh, it's a power bargaining.
All right, tell us more about that.
For every government, not just this one.
Yes, all right.
Now, according to sources, negotiations for cabinet seats have already begun. Chart Thai Patana is seeking 2 ministerial posts and 3 deputy ministerial posts. The party is eyeing the finance ministry, the commerce ministry, and the transport ministry, and those are all very lucrative ministries. Chances are they want to get all of them, especially finance. That's a very important ministry, and Pheu Thai would like to keep that for its own MPs. Now, Chart Patana Pheu Pendin wants to keep the current energy ministry seat, while Palang Chon is likely to get 1 ministerial seat. Whatever that is, we do not know yet. More negotiations are, of course, expected when the official results are released. Most importantly, Kun Nevin Chichop is not likely to get any seats. I just had to drop that in.
All right, Kun Warren, I will give you that 2 seconds.
You.
Now, some other ministries that the Pheu Thai Party want or will probably take up would be the Interior Ministry, Defense, and you mentioned the Finance Ministry,
right.
The Foreign Ministry, this is extremely important indeed for them, and also the Transport Ministry. A party source revealed that these portfolios are crucial to implementing the party's economic platforms and its plans to bring back former Prime Minister Thaksin. Now, sources say that 2 cabinet seats under the party's quota will also be given to key financiers who did not contest in the polls, while the remaining seats will be allocated among those high on the party list. Now, the source said that there are 3 candidates for the House Speaker post, and they include Apiwan Wiraya-Chai Ayutthaya, candidate Wittiya Buranasiri, and Khon-Kaen candidate Somsak Kietsuranon.
Yes, and we also should keep a close watch on the Defense Ministry and also the Foreign Ministry. The Defense Ministry, of course, is Kun Yingluck's government. If she becomes Prime Minister, we will definitely have to deal with the military. How would that turn out? And of course, also the Foreign Ministry, the issue of Cambodia
bilateral
and
relations,
will come up, so we shall see. Now, meanwhile, the potential next Prime Minister, Kun Yingluck Shinawat, yesterday thanked voters for their overwhelming support. She said it's not a Pheu Thai victory, but a victory for the voters who have given Pheu Thai a chance to work for the country. She also thanked the Democrats and other parties for their efforts in allowing yesterday's election to proceed as smoothly as it did. She said there is a lot of work ahead of her, tackling economic woes and leading the country on the path of reconciliation, while insisting that she plans to fulfill the party's campaign promises. As for the issue of amnesty for her brother, Yingluck said she would leave the matter to the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. She added that the party has no policy to work for just one man.
She also came out to apologize to her son that she won't have too much time for him now that she's in there full all the way in the spotlight. Now, Yingluck's victory announcement came shortly after Democrat leader Pisit Wechashiwa admitted defeat and congratulated her on Pheu Thai's victory. Now, in his speech, Kun Abhisit, he said that Thailand is moving ahead with the first female prime minister and that he was ready to accept the people's wishes. He also said he would try to do his best in the role of the opposition, and he, however, insisted that his party's stance remains the same, and that is to oppose amnesty for Kun Thaksin. He also refused to announce his political future. Now, this is something that reporters and journalists will really keep their eyes focused on, because we don't know what Kun Abhisit will decide at the end of the day, but he also mentioned that he has something in mind already. But he's left that hanging.
What could that be?
He might resign as the party leader. We don't know yet.
All right, now looking ahead, what Kun Yingluck might face. Incidentally, last night on the news, a reporter asked Kun Yingluck about the policy of Pheu Thai party. The reporter asked, will it be Thaksin think, Pheu Thai do? And Kun Yingluck answered, no. It will be Pheu Thai do, Yingluck do. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
That happened at the Pheu Thai party. I was in the studio doing the news, in fact, and they threw it back at me, and I said, well, okay, that didn't make sense, but we'll get some clarity later on. We'll ask her again, what does she mean by that? But hopefully, she meant that everybody thinks and everybody do, because the country belongs to all of us. Now, moving on, according to some analysts, there are some tough times ahead for Pheu Thai party. The big issue, of course, is amnesty, which could come back and bite Pheu Thai party. And also the issue of economics, or the populist platforms and policies that were promised. Will Yingluck, Shinawat and Pheu Thai party will be able to deliver? Now, the next 6 months for Pheu Thai party will be a honeymoon period. Her victory, so overwhelming, will be celebrated, but after 6 months, realities will start to hit: economic problems, amnesty issues, so on and so forth.
Yes, now analysts also said the Democrat Party, meanwhile, could lose more support if they don't reform their ways and their image. He said the party doesn't know how things work in Thailand, as the working system of the party is better suited for more developed countries, but not for Thai society, which have intricate and complicated issues. Another analyst said the Democrats lost because they could not live up to the people's expectations. It failed to tackle economic problems and could not repair social divisions. And the party also lost because it failed to build networks of people. Unlike the Pheu Thai party, they've set up grassroots networks.
Well, we only have 1 minute left. One important note that we need to make is that Kun Thaksin Shinawat has given an interview last night and also this morning, saying that he will not return to Thailand if his return cause complications. If his return cause conflicts, he will stay put, at least for now. And perhaps that is a good compromise for everybody, for the Pheu Thai party to be able to be stable and stay in government. Perhaps that's the compromise, that Kun Thaksin stay put for now. Let Thailand work things out.
All right. Now, okay, those are the main parties. We're going to focus on number 5 now. Kun Chuwit did very well, didn't he, Kun Warren?
He won 4 seats. We don't even know if he has 4 politicians in his party. Maybe it will be, MP Chuwit and the little dog and the baby that he has in his posters. I don't know. But congratulations to Kun Chuwit.
No role for the panda bear?
Well, maybe the panda bear also. But congratulations to Kun Chuwit anyway. He had 4 seats, and that was amazing. A good victory for him.
And he says he's going to go and join the opposition. That was from the very start.
Yes, and hopefully he'll stick to that. And that is all for us this morning.
Unfortunately.
And back to Kun